Hello everyone, this is Satyaprakash. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll show you how to fix the CORS issue in Angular when calling external REST APIs or web API. So guys, before going through this video, please visit my two videos that related to the CORS in Angular. So you need to go to my playlist called ASP.NET Web API Tutorial. So there you will get two videos. One is part 21, that is how to consume or call ASP.NET Web API using Angular, and second video number is part 30, that is CORS, cross origin resource sharing or CORS in Web API or REST API. So you can go through these videos and you will get the basic idea about how to call web API in Angular and how to implement CORS in web API, so that it will allow what URLs needs to be access the CORS policy or CORS feature. So guys, here in this video I'll discuss few points, that is what do you mean by CORS, how does CORS manage requests from an external domain, why do we get CORS issue, or rather say why does CORS issue occurs, and how to fix the CORS issues and parameters of enable CORS attribute in web API. So guys, here I am sharing my experience on CORS issue and how to handle them in a client-side Angular app. Before starting this video, I'll give you a brief knowledge about CORS and how CORS is used for managing the external resources. So guys, what do you mean by CORS? CORS stands for cross origin resource sharing. It is a mechanism that is used to bypass the same origin policy, so that resources from one origin can access resources from another origin in a secure manner. Second is, how does CORS manage requests from an external domain? So CORS manages requests from the external domain by using a set of newly created HTTP headers. So these are the headers I have mentioned here. That is, one is access control allow origin, second is access control allow credentials, and the third is access control allow odd headers, and fourth one is access control allow methods, fifth one is access control expose headers, sixth one is access control max edge, and seventh one is access control request headers, eighth is access control request method, and last one is origin. Okay, and why do we get CORS issue? What the reason behind it we are getting the CORS issue? So CORS issue occurs in web application if your backend server, or you can say your web API or REST API, is running on a different domain. Okay, and it is not configured properly in your backend side. So even if your backend server is running on a local host with a different port, so it is treated as a different domain. So CORS issue may occur while developing an Angular application. So fourth one is how to fix CORS issue. Okay, so CORS issue we can fix in two ways. One is, there we need to enabling proper CORS header request on the server side, you can say your web API or REST API application. Another way is to configure using Angular CLI proxy. So in this video I'll sharing my experience how to fix it using the on server side, and in my next video I'll show you how to fix the CORS issue using Angular CLI proxy. So the correct approach or solution is to configure the backend server, but that may not always be feasible. One reason is common: the front-end development environment may not have access to the backend server code. Alright guys, so this is all about the theoretical part of our CORS in Angular, and why and what is the CORS issues and how to fix. I'll show you in my code. So guys, here this is my Angular application that is called Web API Angular. So I am use this Angular application in these videos. What I have suggested, that is part 21 and part 21. Okay, so this is application name is called Web API Angular. So I'll just give you one brief on it. So in member service.ts file I have used my REST API URL here. So I have called my REST API URL. Okay, So this REST API URL how to call web API and what is the CORS or cross origin resource sharing. You'll get this basic knowledge about the CORS in my part 30 video, that is in ASP.NET Web API tutorial playlist, that is cross origin resource sharing or CORS in Web API. So this is all about this application and its reference. Okay guys, so I already have discussed all the details in these two videos, so no need to discuss again the same thing. So I'll go to the main note of this session. So I need to run my Angular application. So to run Angular application is ng-serve and click enter. So guys, here you can see my Angular application is compiled successfully, and I can see my Angular application URL, that is 4200 port number. So I'll go to my browser, and here I need to browse this Angular URL. So guys, here you can see there is showing no data found, please check your API is running or not. So first I'll show you how this message, that is no records found, it is configured. So for that you need to go to my Angular application, and here you'll go to the app component.html. Okay, so I already have discussed in my previous video part 21 how app.component.html is configured to get the records of ID, first name, last name, gender and salary. But in this video I'll implement this line, that is if the data is not found, then what the message will be shown in Angular application. So guys, only this line of code it is required. Okay, so that is the ng if I have used here. If the members length are equal to 0 or members not found, right? Here I can define here for loop star ng for let member of members. So I have get this members values here. If the members value or its length equal to 0 or no records found, then this message will be shown in the front end, no data found, please check your API is running or not. So the same message is showing here in my Angular application. Okay, so that way I have configured in Angular application. If the data is not found, some API related stuff is stopped working. Okay, in this way you can configure no records found or no data found in your Angular application in your app.component.html file. Okay guys, so let's come to our point. So why this no data found, please check your API is running or not is found. So we need to find the reasonable why it is coming. So right click on it in a browser, go to inspect element. Okay, now if you go to inspect element, click on console. So in console guys, you can see Angular running in development mode, and here you can see that is failed to load the resources, error underscore connection underscore refused. So here you can see one URL, right? http :localhost 49773 API employee. So this is my REST API URL which I have consumed in my Angular application. So I already have shown you where I have used. So you go to your member.service.ts file under service folder. So here guys, you can see inside the member service class under @injectable. So I have used this, consumed this REST API. Okay, the same API URL it is reflecting in my console tab of my browser for Angular application. That is, it means it is not running. Okay, so I have opened also my web API application here. So see, I did not run my web API application, so that the Angular application showing no records found. So proper reason I can see, if you go to inspect element and console tab, I can see that this API is not running. Also if you click on network, so under network also there is no files or no reference methods is found here. So what I'll do is I just go to my web API application and need to run my web API application here. So guys, I'll type my API employee. So I can see all the records. That means my web API application is running successfully. So remember guys, the same port number I have used in my Angular application. Okay, so you can see here 49773, and here I can see my web API running port number is 49773. so I already have run my web API application here. So again I'll go to my Angular application, which is run in port number 4200, and refresh it. Even after refreshing again, I can see my data here. Still it's showing no data found, and please check your API is running or not. So again we need to go to my inspect element, okay, and click on console. So here guys, you can notice that I have getting the different issues. It's showing access to XML HTTP request at this URL, which is my API URL or REST API from origin. That is my Angular URL, that is 4200 port number, has been blocked by CORS policy. No access -control -allow -origin header is present on the request resource. So guys, this error means this is the CORS error which is Angular is facing now, okay. And you'll go to sources, and if you click on sources, I'm getting the all related files, that is app.component.ts, member.service.ts file, and app.component.html file. If you go to network tab, see under network tab also I can see any files under this, right? So if you go here again, I'll need to refresh it. Okay, again go to the inspect element, console is the CORS issues, okay, and network tab. If you go to network tab, click on docs, or okay, and you'll go to your, okay, see here I can see anything because I'm getting here the CORS issues, so that there is no data is found, and there is no network, under network tab there is no files, reference files or methods is found here, okay. So we need to fix it. How to fix it? So this CORS issue is not inside our Angular application. This is because of we are consuming our external REST APIs or web API in our Angular application, and there in backend side we need to set up the CORS setup in the web API only. After then our Angular application will be running fine. So guys, what I'll do is I need to go my web API application, okay. So in web API application guys, you can see the enable CORS attribute I have used. So there 3 parts is there, right? So what is the 3 parts? I'll tell you here in my slide. So 3 parts is origin, header and methods. So here first is origin, that is the URL I mentioned, is the second one is headers, and third one is method, okay. So origin is, that is a comma separated list of origin that are allowed to access the resources. And for example, you can assign 2 URLs. So CORS policy will be accessible only 2 URLs, and it will only allow AJAX call from these 2 websites. All the other sites will be blocked. If you put star, then it will allow all. So same thing for headers, that is comma separated list of headers that are supported by the resources, okay. For example, if you mention accept content -type comma origin, so it will allow only these 3 headers. If you want to all the headers, just mention here star. So same thing I have used, in the header I have used only star, so it will allow all the headers. So next is methods. So comma separated list of methods are supported by the resources. For example, get, post only allows get and post, and blocks the rest of the methods. If you want to allow all the methods, then you need to use star to allow all. Use null or empty string to allow none, okay. So here I have used star, so that means it will allow all the methods. Only origin I have used here specific URL, so it will allow only this URL, but for other URLs the CORS will be blocked, okay guys. So this is all about the parameters of enable CORS attribute in web API. Okay, so guys, what I'll do is I stop my debugging, okay. So what I'll do is I need to use this Angular port number, go to my web API here, instead of that port number, I have used my Angular application URL, okay, that the port number, or instead you just put the start like this. Okay, as discussed, star means it will allow all the origins, but I need to only use in for my Angular application for this port number, so that I have used this only my Angular application. So the CORS will be applicable only this 4200 port number, that's my Angular application. So once I have used this URL of Angular application, save these changes, and again I need to run my web API application. So guys, here as same thing, I need to map to my API employee. Now I'm getting the response, that means web API is running fine. Then I'll go to my Angular application, which is already compiled. Okay, no need to recompile again. Go to my browser where my Angular application is loading. So again I need to refresh my Angular application here. See guys, now I can see all the records. Okay, whatever we expected as per the same records what web API is returning, the same response I'm getting my web API in my Angular application. Okay, after enabling CORS for this specific URL here. Okay, now I can able to see all my records in Angular using REST API. So here I'll check, that is go to inspect element. So if you click on console, there I can see any error. Okay, it is running fine. And if you click on network tab, see guys, in the network tab you'll get all the okay, I need to show again that thing. So for that I need to run again my Angular application. So we just ng-serve. So guys, here my Angular application is compiled successfully. I'll go to my browser again. I need to browse my URL. Okay, now I can see my expected output after enabling the enable CORS for this my Angular URL. Okay, and here I need to click on inspect element and go to my console. Here I'm not getting any exceptions. Go to network tab. Okay, and in network tab there should be third-party request. Okay, here there should be, if you click on sources, I'm getting sources, network. Okay, else I'll check the things in my incognito mode. So if you browse, and again you need to go to inspect element, click on network tab here. So see guys, I want this list of things in network tab, it was not showing. So if it is in the same case it's not showing this list of names or related files, you just refresh using Ctrl F5. Okay, so once you press Ctrl F5, so you can get the list of files under network tab. Okay, so here you can see one employee is there, right? So employee is nothing but it is the same employee controller. Okay, now you can see the URL, that is localhost port number /API/employee. Okay, so if you click on it, okay, now click on it, this employee. So here guys you can see that is header, preview, if you click on preview, I'm getting the records, right? The 7 records I'm getting here, all these things. And this item number 7, I'm getting the first name, gender, ID, last name, and salary. So using browser inspect element, we can find out the records under network tab. And the response also, I'm getting the response, it is showing in the JSON. Okay, and if you, this is the header. Okay, this is the most important header. This is the get request 200. Okay, and the policy street origin when cross origin. Okay, and the headers, you can see the header name is access-control-allow-origin. Okay, so you can get all the list of related response in the whatever you have used in your web API. You can after consuming in your Angular application, you just go click on inspect element, go to network tab. If these files are not showing list of names, you just click on F5 in your browser, refresh your browser, and you'll get the list of things. So this employee is nothing but that slash employee. Okay, this is web API. So guys, here I'm getting, and after click on this API, this employee, I'm getting header because it returns some responses, so I'm getting the headers. Okay, so what the header name is, it is mentioned here, right? access-control-allow-origin. And the preview, whatever request you have, you need to find out. And the response I'm getting, initiator. Okay, and yeah, you can see these files as well. Okay, this timing. So main thing, you need to check these headers of the specific /employee. If you have different controller name or method, you'll get here, and you just click on it and you can find the headers, preview, response, initiator, and timing. Okay guys, so I'll show you one more thing, that is how to debug your application. So guys, what I'll do is I just refresh again, go to resources. Okay, there is you can see on the left hand side of the browser there is webpack in the left hand, and the src, all your Angular folders it is showing here. Okay, and there is services, member service.ts file. So I can see here in using inspect element whatever members.service.ts file content. The same thing you can get here in your Angular application using VS Code. So after when you run your Angular application, also you can check using your inspect element of your browser. Okay, and you can also debug your application using inspect element using a Chrome browser of any your browser. You just, so I want to debug this member service.ts file, and same way I need to open one more file, that is app.module.ts file. Okay, so here I need to put a breakpoint here. So you can see this breakpoint is showing here on one blue arrow mark. Okay, so I need to debug it. I need to put the breakpoint here. I need to debug. So again I need to refresh. So yeah, once you refresh guys, you can see there's one type of interface showing paused in debugger, and this debugger, whatever I put the breakpoint, it is highlighted with the yellow. Okay, and there I can see the important, that is for some keys you need to put. For F8 for resume the script execution, and F10 for step over, F11 for step into, and shift plus F11 for step out, and F9 for step. Okay, and here you need to deactivate a breakpoint, control plus F8. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 keys you need to use while you debug your Angular application in using your browser inspect element. So I need to go one by one. So click on step into. So guys, see here it is automatically come to this file app.component.ts file. Okay, so here app.component.ts file, it's come to the on init, and if you click on it, it comes automatically to app.component.html file where all my data members will be loaded. Okay, and click on again. So it will loop one by one properties, whatever records we have. Okay, now you can see, so it will check again if the length is 0 or not. So obviously the length is not 0, so it will show all my records. Okay, now it will come to one by one. Member ID, then member name. Okay, now member last name, member gender, then member salary, and it will display the records. Okay, so same thing, it will loop all my records whatever we have, so no need to check again everything. So we need to go for step out. Once you step out, it will be come to the related files. Okay, and it will come to a app.component.ts file, and again the routing.module.ts file. Okay, again it comes to, so until the execution is not over, it will be automatically comes to its reference files and related line numbers. Okay, so guys, here my debugging is done. Okay, after processing all these files, now after debug is completed, this one pop-up is coming here on the top bar. It has disappeared and I'm getting the response. So guys, in this way we can see our reason behind why the application data in the data is not showing in an Angular application, whether API is running or not, or API is running but the CORS is blocking, and using network tab we will get the specific files. Okay, here in the under the third-party request there is names. If not found, then click F5. Okay, refresh your browser and go to, if you want to debug your Angular application using localhost, so you just click on resources, and there is one webpack. Under webpack, whatever your folder structure in your Angular application, you will get the same folder structure here, that you will go to the respective files and you can put your breakpoint and you can debug. So for debug there is put on step in to step out. Okay, and deactivate the breakpoints, whatever I have shown here. So you need to follow the same process while you debug your application for your Angular application using browser inspect element. Okay guys, so see, my application is running successfully, Angular, and all the records I can see in my Angular application using external REST API using CORS. Okay guys, so that's it for today guys. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.